of Songhai Center, Professor Godfrey Nzamujo, said Nigeria should see agriculture as a prime drive for authentic national development. It's a special edition of Agro on TV, fully focused on the just concluded episode of Feed Nigeria Summit. My name is Faith Ezongore. Be a part of the show by sending your comments to our social media platforms displayed on your screen. Agro on TV will be right back. Stay with us. Over the week, the agricultural sector witnessed a gathering of major stakeholders in the country tagged the Feed Nigeria Summit. Key issues were identified and solutions preferred. Details of this and more on the post.
Director of Songhai Center, Professor Godfrey Nzamujo, has said that if sustainable and integrated agriculture is embraced in Nigeria, it can become a weapon of mass construction. Speaking at the Feed Nigeria Summit, organized by Agro Nigeria at the Intercontinental Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos, Nzamujo urged Nigerians to see agriculture as a prime driver for authentic national development. The event, themed Feed Nigeria to Feed Africa, also featured a debate on the role of youth in Nigeria feeding herself.
The democratic transition in Nigeria and elsewhere. On the left-hand side, you see per capita, the land is not necessarily big at all. But look at how Nigeria is increasing. This is a time bomb. Nigeria is 180 million and growing. What do we projection? If you look at this, we are born by the consequences of unregulated expansion of continental life in this continent is very good. So we cannot go on that road anymore.
Recipients at the just concluded Nigeria Agriculture Awards 2017 have commended the efforts put together by the organizers of the award to celebrate achievers in the agricultural sector. Speaking exclusively with Agro on TV, Commissioner for Agriculture in Anambra State, Afam Mbanefo, who won the Agri-Commissioner of the Year category, highlighted the importance of the award to the development of the agricultural sector.
On behalf of my Chief Executive, His Excellency Chief Dr. Willie Obi, thank the organizers of this agricultural award. His message is always to continue developing agriculture to feed the nation and sustain agricultural processes strategically. He sends his message from Anambra State. Joy from his state. This award, as always, he always says that it goes to his families in the state. God bless.
The award, which was held at the Grand Ballroom of Intercontinental Hotel Victoria Island, Lagos, had in attendance dignitaries from various sectors of the economy, all of whom gathered together to celebrate achievers in the agri sector. The award also featured youths and secondary school students who emerged winners in their respective categories.
Today on Talk Time, I had this chat with the Special Advisor to the President on Social Investment, Mrs. Miriam Uwais. Join us as we discuss the success stories of the homegrown school feeding program of the Office of the Vice President. Glad to have you on Talk Time. Joining me today on this segment of the program, I have with me here the Special Advisor to the President on Social Investment, as Office of the Vice President, Mrs. Miriam Uwais. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Good to have you on the program.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Okay. Officially, of course, lately, for formality's sake, could you please introduce yourself and, of course, your designation?
Okay. My name is Mariam Uwais, and I work in the Office of the Vice President. I'm a Special Advisor to the President. I work on social investments, so we have 4 programs, and I superintend or supervise the implementation around the states.
That's good to know. Now, we recently actually just witnessed a summit, which is Feed Nigeria Summit. Basically, what do you think is the importance of this summit to the development of agriculture in Nigeria?
Well, they dedicated a session to the homegrown school feeding program, which is a program that is run within the presidency. And there are a number of learning outcomes that I think would really benefit us in terms of what is happening in Songhai, in terms of what the support there is that's available for not just the homegrown school feeding program, the Empower program that has agricultural extension workers also could benefit from that. And it's just amazing the opportunities in this country and how we can really work together if we put our minds to it. And this is what I have been able to benefit from this.
Okay, now talking about the homegrown school feeding program, basically, I want to know, how would you rate the implementation of this program in the country, basically in all of the states of the country?
You're asking me to be a judge of my own cause, you know, and that is not really what I'm meant to be doing. I'm meant to be focusing on ensuring that we unfold our programs in a transparent manner and we're able to meet our criteria, engage the states, empower the women, stimulate productivity in the agricultural sectors. The states are coming back to us at different stages, and we're just plodding along and trying to resolve the bottlenecks as they arrive. It's not going to be easy. It's a new program in this sense, you know, and we have criteria that is new. So for the states to be able to buy into our programs, they have to meet the terms that we have set out in our framework, and then we will now pay the beneficiaries directly, the women that are cooking in the communities. So I would say we're doing well so far, but I don't know, it's always better for somebody outside. Yes, but we're also creating third-party monitors, we're selecting them, ActionAid is working with us, so they should be able to give us the feedback.
I know such kind of huge, it's actually a very huge task, basically. I know it doesn't come without challenges, basically. So what are some challenges that you've actually encountered in the course of the implementation of this program?
Well, there are some that are structural. A lot of people complain that the 17 naira per meal is too small, but they generally go to the market to buy the foodstuff. And we're trying to discourage that. We're trying to get them to buy directly from the farmers, so it's much cheaper. And the farmers too are assured of a regular income over the period. There's also the issue of, the fact that the federal government is only able to pay for classes 1 to 3 pupils to be fed. And we're trying to encourage the states to feed classes 4 to 6. And being in the same compound, even with the early learning, the child, it's always difficult where the state is not able to meet the others. So that has been a challenge, but it's a budgetary constraint that there's nothing I can do. Then we have those that have selfish interests. They want to select the women that are going to cook. They see it as patronage, and we just want the best women that are trained in hygiene and sanitation and selected objectively, that live within those communities to go and actually cook for the children. So basically these are the challenges. The selfish interests, of course, some are upset that we're not paying through the state, but we're taking the BVN and we're paying them. And then of course the level of education of some of the women that we're engaging, because they have to give us their BVN and their account numbers, and unless we get that right with their names, they won't get paid. So we have to keep engaging, enumerating the number of children per woman, and then getting the women, some of them, to have the right type of utensils for cooking and for serving. We've been trying to link them up with another program of ours, the GEEP, the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, that gives loans with the no interest element. So as we meet them, we overcome them. Every case is different.
That's very good. Now, I want to know, most times when you interact with some farmers, basically, they tell you most times they don't have access to the loans that the government provide for them. And then you talked about the GEEP loan. How do you try to bridge the gap between these farmers' complaints and then, of course, trying to execute these loans that you give to them?
Well, we're making the loans available. It hasn't started for farmers because we're trying to design it in such a manner that it can be meaningful to them, because the loans typically after a 2-week moratorium, our agents go back and begin to recover the loans in tranches. It can't happen like that with farming, because there's a period of time that it'll take for the food to grow and harvest, and so all of that, we have to tailor it to their needs. But then on the other hand, if we leave the loan for too long, they may not pay back. They'll see it as a grant. And the only way we're able to do these loans is if they form cooperatives and everybody endorses the other. They have a leadership within that cooperative, so they don't need a collateral. But at least if anybody defaults, then the entire cooperative suffers.
That's good. Okay, now we're trying to shoot to the youth a bit. Youth, and I know the government is trying to incorporate youth into agriculture. Basic. So I don't know, are there steps the government is trying to take, because youth in general do not have interest in agriculture, basically because of the crude methods involved then. So I want to know if there are methods the government is using to incite interest in these youth to practically get involved in agriculture.
We have an Empower program where youth between the ages of 18 and 35 volunteer to work as agricultural extension workers. They also can be teachers, teaching assistants, they can be primary healthcare assistants also. So for the agricultural extension workers, we're training them, getting them to understand. We signed an MOU with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture on the needs. So it's about enumerating the farmers, testing the soil, getting involved in the technology of supporting the smallholder farmer. And it's a payment of 30,000 every month for a period of 2 years. That content that is available to the youth also has information on life skills, on how to set up their businesses, on how to exploit the opportunities. So within the 2-year period, they should be able to identify where it is they have a particular interest and then grow their businesses from there.
So it's not a matter of trying to maybe coerce them into one particular field?
No. They will work and get their hands dirty in all aspects. And then in the period, they will find out what it is that interests them, what they're passionate about, what they feel they can apply their energy to. And then hopefully they'll set up a business after that. It's a 2-year program.
Okay. So basically any plans for the women too?
Oh, it's youth, it's male and female. So it's the same thing, but we have cash transfers also for women. We're training them on nutrition. And some of the states are saying we're more interested in you giving cash transfers for improving our environment. So it's about planting trees, maybe soil testing. Beyond that, the World Bank is supporting us with a livelihood support program. So we're looking at our youth that are we're creating a social register of the poor and the vulnerable. So only people from that register will be selected to be trained and coached and mentored over a period of 18 months. And then a lump sum cash is given to them to start businesses. Okay,
now if you were asked to advise, of course, maybe farmers out there basically, what would your advice be to them?
Put themselves together. You always have a heavier voice, a louder voice when you speak together, So whatever it is, they should collectively agree on what it is that will improve the different aspects of their business and then to raise those issues. I believe funding is an issue. I believe lack of awareness is an issue, paucity of even the right types of seedlings, and even for the farmer and for the poultry. They can get, even from this was an opportunity for me, this seminar. There are all kinds of groups here that are able to support aquaculture, the fish dairy, all of that. So it's knowing when you have bigger associations, then you're able to make demands that will be heard and addressed.
Yeah, thanks. So any other thing you want to say to?
Just to thank you all for the opportunity. It's been a learning event for us, and the amount of interest that has been demonstrated, even from the small opportunities we had to speak, is very encouraging. And so I wish you all the best and to thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for your time. All right, thank you so much for joining us on Talk Time. Agro on TV continues. Stay with us. Agriculture is fast gaining attention from all sectors of the country, and popular music producer TY Mix is not left out. Let's take you to this chat with him on Agro Style.
This is my first time of attending the program, and I must say I was quite impressed at the organization, the finesse that Feed Nigeria has attached to the conference itself. The quality of the speakers, the people who really know their onions, people who are not just intellectually capable but are also hands-on. They can give you the data are there, the statistics are there, So I think is a I've been to quite a number of seminars or conferences, but I particularly enjoyed this one. Most of the things that have been shared today have been information-based, and information is key. Once people know, they know what to do, how and when to do it, that's what brings about change. Because I strongly believe that there are lots of people who are interested in agro-business. There are lots of people who are practicing, who are practitioners in the sector, but a lot of them are either not doing it right or are not, don't have capacity. There's a lot of capacity building, that needs to be done in the sector as well, fundings and things like that, and from some of the exhibitors, the financial houses, there are a lot of grants, loans and things like that. So I think information is key. Platforms like this will encourage more young people like me who are interested in agro-business to also be a part of it. Well, it's not really like I'm moving, but I've always had the love for producing in terms of processing food, and I like food, and the issue in our country, is really sad because we have a lot of land mass, we have a lot of young people. When I travel abroad and I go to farms, I'm surprised at how advanced farms are, and we all eat, we all need to eat. My children are going to have to eat when they finally arrive. I need to eat. My parents will eat. We all need to feed. Well, I have a farm and I plant cassava. I process gari, starch. Looking into other products as well, like plantain chips. I like plantain chips a lot, Well, one of my strategies is to keep attending conferences like this, where I learn from those who have done it before, where I keep myself abreast with new technologies, new ways and better ways of doing things, better processes, and interacting with those who have done it before, basically. I think the first step is to start with that decision to want to do it, then you must be passionate about it, really. Money should not just always be the focus, because there's a lot of hard work as well, so you should be passionate about it, get informed, attend forums like this, get as much. I've been everywhere. I've asked everybody from the very intelligent ones to the farmers on the, I talk to a lot of people, and you learn every day, and you just get better at it. It's a process, but like they say, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. So, but I think it is. I'm not thinking. I actually know it is a very, very, it's a very, very viable sector. I think diversification is key. That's one of the problems or one of the challenges we're having in Nigeria now, where the economy is shaky because over the years we did not diversify. The concentration was on oil and nobody was thinking outside the box. So it is imperative for young people, individuals, to diversify into different sectors. I know people who, for me, music is always going to be there. Music is a passion. I love music to death. Music is one of the reasons why I live. So it's always going to be there. But as a young man, you diversify into a lot of things. And that's what I'm doing basically.
In 2016, the government of Benue State declared Fridays as work-free day for farming activities in the state. Street Vibes took a trip to Benue State to find out from residents the impact of this policy on agricultural development in the state. Take a look.
The only challenge we saw there is that the finances to participate in farming are lacking. But we are hoping that with this year, this farming season is already in, that we'll be able to, many civil servants will get resources to farm. And many have gone back actually to the farm to at least start something small and looking at that aspect as an area that they can invest in rather than depending only on one source of income.
The governor of Benue State, because he is a farmer, that innovation, that wonderful idea that he brought created a lot of opportunity for Benue farmers, for civil servants also to have means or any, not only rely on salaries or allowances. So it works. As you go around the state today, you see both farmers and civil servants are happy because they're having return from the investment they had in the farm.
Everybody in Benue State is a farmer. Whether a civil servant, a youth, a woman, they are a farmer. This has really helped civil servants in Benue State to be able to increase their livelihood, improve their food intake. You can see that salaries are being owned, pensions are being owned. I'm sure that when you look at Benue State farmers or Benue State person, he's not looking dejected, he's not looking lean because he has enough food to sell and the extra one to sell and pay children's school fees. So I think it's a very good thing.
It was meant for civil servants because on Fridays we were supposed to be in the office, and when holidays were made out of the Friday, people begin to go to their farms. And a lot of people, civil servants, personally I can boast of what I have gained from that. Most of them that are serious. And that is why you see with all the hardship, most civil servants that are farmers, they don't have to complain because you have food to eat.
Yes, it has because one, even as civil servant, you have to invest into your future. One of the problems that civil servants are having is that when they retire, then they start looking for what to do. By this clarion call that the governor had made, is preparing every civil servant to have at least one farm. Benue is known for agriculture. We have all the biophysical. It does not take anything. And if you do that, as civil servant, your savings, your expenditure on food alone will come down drastically. And it's a very good thing. It has helped so much. A lot of food, the supply now had increased and prices are very good.
Agriculture is too important to be left to farmers alone. We all need to be involved. That's what we have for you today on the program. Glad to know you're still with us on the show. In case you missed any part of the show, you can always catch up on YouTube as each episode of Agro on TV is available for your view. Feel free to share your comments and suggestions on all our social media platforms displayed on your screen. You can advertise your products and services on the show, as well as contact us for the management of your agricultural projects and events. Till I come your way again next week, I remain Faith. Think growth, think agriculture. Bye for now.